The wedding was set. She stood at the altar wrapped in white and wonder, hands lightly trembling, eyes full of hope. The chapel felt timeless, scared like we had stopped into a dream we built together. But then my phone buzzed, his name lit up the screen, my father, and just like that, the magic cracked. The eyes suddenly felt endless. The music faded into a murmur. I answered silence first, then his voice, rough with barely contained rage. You are making a mistake, he said. She does not write for our family. His words hit like a weight to the chest. I whispered, not now, that, but he kept going. You are destroying everything I have worked for. I turned toward her. She had not moved, but something in her smile dimmed like she could feel the moment shifting, and so did I. My voice came out low, uncertain. We can't. That's all I managed before my thought closed in on itself. My heart pulled into direction. One half wanted to chase him down, make him understand. The other half wanted to run back to her and never look back. But I knew one thing, I did not want to break either of them. She did not cry, she did not speak, she just stood there, still waiting, as though she knew something bigger than words were beginning. I stepped out of the chapel, past the guests, past the pastor, into silence, not the peaceful kind, the kind that screams what's being lost. I sat outside on a bench, suit still perfect, heart anything but the ring box in my hands felt heavier now, like it cried more than a promise. It cried a choice. His voice still echoed in my ear. If you marry her, you lose everything, and I knew he meant it. No sport, no inheritance, no home in his world, all because she did not carry the right name, because she was not chosen by him, even though she was everything I had chosen for myself. She loves me, I told him. She listens when I can't find words. She stays when I don't deserve it. She gives me peace. Why would I give that up? Because love does not last, he barked. Legacy does, but as I started at the ring in my palm, I thought, what's the point of legacy if it comes with silence? What's the point of future if it cost me the only person who ever truly saw me? And then I knew she never made me choose. He did. That was all the clarity I needed. I stood up, walked back in. Half the room had emptied. Some guests had left, others stayed but did not know where to look. I was not walking for them, I was walking for her. She was still standing in the same place, still in white, still waiting, still strong. I reached her gently, took her hands. They were cold, but she did not pull away. He said, if I marry you, I lose everything, I told her. She did not blink, just nodded like she had already prepared for that truth. He said, I had been throwing away the life he built, still no fear in her eyes. just quite hurt. Then I said the thing I had waited too long to say. He gave me his name, but you gave me something to live for. You gave me peace, you gave me. Her tears finally fell, not loud, not dramatic, just honest. I opened the box, the same ring, the same dream, and I said, if loving you means losing everything else, I'll take that loss. Because without you, none of it means anything. She did not smile, she did not need to. She stepped closer, rested her forehead against mine. The whole chamber fell into silence, not emptiness but reverence. A silence that said, this is what real looks like. I whispered, this is not how I pictured today, but if this is what choosing you cost, I'll play it every single time. She pulled back just enough to meet my eyes and said, then let's do it, even if it's just us, even if the ones who were supposed to be here walk away. That sealed it because she was not choosing a wedding, she was choosing a life. We turned to the poster, his voice wavered. Shall we begin? We nodded. No father walking me down the aisle, no apologies waiting, but love. Yes, more real than ever. The voice came slow, steady, without performance. I promised never to let fear replace truth again. She promised to speak her pain, not bury it. We both promised to guard what we were building, even if no one clapped for it. When he said, you may kiss the bride, we did not rush. We kissed like survivor, not of war. Not of war, but of expectation. Some clapped, some did not. It did not matter. Because in that moment we were not looking for approval, we were looking for peace, and we had it in each other. We did not leave the chapel, the cheers or rose petals. There was no grand exist, no proud father waiting outside with open arms, just the two of us walking into a world that suddenly felt quieter, but somehow more ours as the doors closed behind us. I glanced at her, still holding her hand, still feeling the weight of everything. We just walked through. She did not ask if I was okay. She did not need to. She just squeezed my hand a little tighter, like her fingers were saying, we made it. And we had not just through a wedding, through expectation, pressure, fear, legacy, bloodlines, and periods of abandonment. We had walked through it all and did not let go. I did not look at my phone again. I knew there had been messages, missed call, maybe even silence, but I also knew something else. I could live without their approval. I could survive the disapproval, but I could not survive losing the one person who made me feel whole. We did not speak much on the way home. The air between us did not need words. It was heavy with everything unspoken but understood. She rested her head on my shoulder in the car, and I finally exhaled for the first time in hours, not because the battle was over, but because we had chosen our side, and more than anything, we had chosen each other. Later that night, still in our wedding clothes, sitting on the floor of our tiny apartment with barely any food and no cake, we shared two glasses of water and some leftover takeout, and somehow it felt perfect because that's why what real love looks like, not the polished photos, not the flawless ceremonies, not the matching napkins and speeches. It looks like sacrifice, like choosing peace over pride, like standing in the storm and saying, "This is still worth it." She looked at me and finally smiled. A real one, the kind that makes your whole body believe in something again. And I said, "I am sorry you did not get the wedding you deserved." She touched my face gently and said, "I did not come here for a wedding. I came here for you." That's when I knew we may have lost a family, a fortune, a fair tale, but we gained something untouchable, a beginning we built ourselves, a story that no one could rewrite. And that night, when the world was asleep and the noise had died down, we held hands beneath the covers. No more pretending, no more pleasing, just us, and that was enough.